Hello and welcome to the Sorcerer's Revolution. This evening I want to address the issue in sorcery of handling silence, or the art of silence, or the art of controlled silence. Now, in conventional spiritual circles or esoteric paths, this is often referred to as the practice of meditation. But in sorcery, it is not really meditation. It is more a present moment attunement to the designs of the abstract, the spirit. We have to create a clear connecting link to the abstract in order to know its designs, its purpose, its mechanics, the way it operates in the universe as a force. So the essence of sorcery is the art of controlled silence. What do I mean by controlled silence? I mean, surely we can't control it. I mean, there's so much noise going on around us in the form of distractions and entertainments and exciting opportunities to become successful at this or that, or to find a new interest or hobby or spiritual practice even. And our egos get caught up in all of that, and we think that is the purpose of the path. In fact, we are convinced it is so. And the very fact that we are convinced that it is so shows that that is a statement that comes from self-importance. It is a conviction that we have to be wary of, because all convictions are based on conclusions. And all conclusions are based on thought. And all thought comes from the internal dialogue or the ego. But what I'm referring to, or alluding to, has nothing to do with thinking, has nothing to do with the tonal. It's got nothing to do with society, nothing to do with other people, nothing even to do with the practice of meditation itself, but actually entering into a profound silence more and more, so that we can come to know the beauty and majesty and mystery of the sorcerer's world, so that we can have a clearer view of the sorcerer's understanding, so that we can see clearer into the intent and design of the universe itself, until we become that force. That force has its true volition. It has its true course. It manifests through the vacuum of silence, not through psychological time, as in thinking, of doing, of pursuing. Doing, thinking, and pursuing are modes of ego, and those have to be relinquished in order to enter into this profound silence. And once we have the requisite amount of energy, we will naturally enter into this silence more and more. So our assemblage points will shift gradually, and we will gain everything that needs to be gained and know everything that needs to be known, according to the level of awareness and perception that we're currently at. Will determine what resources are available to us and what we can do with them. As I've said before, there are no procedures in sorcery. On one side, that too. It is simply a continual unfolding of revelation from source itself, not from any other dimension, not from any other world, although those worlds and dimensions certainly do exist, but they are a partial expression of the absolute, a focal point of the abstract, expressing itself in that limited form, like it expresses itself in human forms. The entire human form is a limited abstract expression, as are animals, plants, birds, trees. In fact, it's a mistake, as some eco-warriors think, that the mystical force of the absolute is nature itself. But the Tao is not wholly synonymous with nature, although nature is certainly an expression of it. So if it's not nature, what is it? Is it the sky? Is it the elements of air, fire, water, wood, metal, ether, and so on? Is it those? Well, no. Again, that is a limited, individuated expression of it, which has a purpose in the relative world. And that purpose is appropriated according to its current level of awareness and perception. So in order to coexist and cooperate in a multidimensional universe, all the way through the dimensions, direct from source, is to be able to fraction oneself appropriately, given the context of every living moment. So we simply acquiesce to the designs of the abstracts without letting our personal agendas get in the way. Because any sort of agenda or goal or target is going to keep us bound to the confines of reason. And we want to unlock the chains of reason in order to get to silent knowledge. And once the assemblage point, the point of perception in the cocoon, is located at the point of what sorcerers call silent knowledge, what I call silent knowing, because it's more active side of infinity. We're actually entering into the silence and becoming active within it. We're not simply abiding in emptiness, like in some sort of nirvanic bliss or no-thingness. We are actively engaging with the great force itself. We are an expression of that force. If we act in accordance with that force, we will become that force. In order to become that force, you must completely identify with its patterning. You see? Not the patterning of ego or any image you might have of yourself, no matter how grandiose, no matter how infinitesimal. And silence is the best medium in which to accomplish this magical feat, because only in silence can we hear the whisper of the divine. There are no distractions in silence. There are no distortions in silence. There is no interference in frequency, in the signal, in the clarity of perception, or non-perception, or a-perception. There is simply direct knowing without knowing how you knew it. You complete acts without knowing how you did them. You win a fight against the mightiest opponent without knowing how you did it. Simply power manifested absolutely in you and you won that battle, and your opponent cannot believe what hit him. I mean, this guy must be from another world, right? This woman must be Wonder Woman. She's just knocked out the greatest fighter in the world because she was using spirit power. No, some ego projection image. But you don't have to become a martial artist or even a sorcerer, really. You simply have to become attuned continually and consistently to its way, you see, and then you can relax. Life becomes something moderate then. It becomes evened out. Everything is put in its appropriate place and there is no resistance anywhere to speak of. But you're not actually controlling anything because control is the mechanism of the ego. What you're doing instead is you're simply allowing yourself to access its flow, and the abstract then puts a halt or a stop on things as it sees fit in order to reveal its particular lesson in this particular context, in this particular space and time, in this particular moment to you directly and without any interference whatsoever. So that's the kind of knowledge that you're after as a sorcerer. You don't want any interference, no second-hand knowledge. No, my guru said this, or my teacher said that, or I learnt this from a book, or from this professor, or that expert. You simply know. It is simply so. And that's the beauty of it. It is wonderful. It is blissful. And it's very peaceful. And when that peace becomes accessible to you in every living moment, you know you're in the zone. So I wish you luck in getting there. It might take a bit of practice at first. But over the days, weeks, months and years, you will become more and more proficient at handling silence and contacting intent. And then you will find out what the true adventure of life is all about. Thank you for listening.